Hello, benevolent beings. This video, I'm going to show you some reflexology techniques that you can use on yourself right now to find relief from your period pain. If you're watching this video, chances are you were searching for some reflexology help for the pain that you're currently in. However, I am going to make a second video that's going to help you find relief for future periods. So we're going to deal with your current symptom in this video, and then in the second part I'm going to talk about healing your reproductive system and your hormones holistically and naturally so that you can find balance again and have pain-free periods ongoing for the future. Wouldn't that be lovely? My name's Michelle Stroud. I'm a holistic reproductive practitioner. I train holistic reproductive practitioners all over the world with certifications in reflexology, as doulas for fertility, pregnancy, birth, postpartum, loss, and beyond. I support clients with perimenopause and menopause, and I'm a Reiki master teacher. So today we're specifically going to use the reflexology part of the support that I offer so that you can find relief for yourself today. I'm no stranger to period pain. In fact, when I started my reflexology training back in 2001, I was having period pain most cycles, and this was actually the first technique that I applied to myself to find relief while I was studying. And I have very vivid memories of where I was when I was using reflexology on myself and why I would do it on myself at breaks at work, so that I could get through my shift. I can think of other times in my life where there was an event or something that I really wanted to go to that I otherwise would have had to miss because of pain, and I found relief using reflexology. So I'm confident that you'll get some or complete relief using these simple techniques. I've got my foot here to help you find the reflexology points, and so let's get started. You'll obviously want to have bare feet if possible for the work that you're going to do. Later, if you want to do this on yourself, again, you can do it in a warm bath, and that way you get the effects of the warmth, the hydrotherapy, and Epsom salts. If you put a full cup of Epsom salt in the bath, the magnesium will help your uterus as well, and I'll explain more about that in the second video. So on your feet, we're going to be working on the medial side, which is the big toe side of the foot. Everything in the heel area is relative to the pelvic area of your body. So toes are relative to your head, heel is relative to your pelvis, and then everything in between falls in between. We're going to work on the medial side because this side of the foot is relative to the center line of your body. So anything on the outside of your body over here, you'll find it on the lateral side of the foot. So for example, the ovary is over here, the uterus is on the medial side. So you can use either one of your feet. Once you've done the techniques on one foot, it's a good idea to switch to the other foot and do some work over there as well. This won't take very long, and you can repeat it throughout the day. So if your pain starts to come back, then you can sit down and apply these techniques again. So the first point we're going to work with is the relative to uterus point and help you locate that. So remember, we're on the big toe side of the foot, and we're working in the heel area. So on this medial side of the heel, the relative to uterus point is here. When I'm teaching reflexology, a lot of people will misplace this point and bring it up a lot higher. I want you to make sure that you're down in, I call it sort of a nest. So we've got the meaty part of your heel here, and there's this little nook, a little slight indentation or a little bit of a nest here. And how you'll know if you have that point is I want you to apply firm pressure. Reflexology is a focused pressure technique, so we want to get in there deep, but listen to your body. If you're experiencing period pain right now, chances are this point is going to be fairly tender. So finger posture is really important. We don't want to injure the joints in our hands, so we don't want any hyperextension. So give a little hook in your finger, and that's actually going to allow you to get in deeper on this point. So make your hook and then push around in this area, press and hold, change the angle a little bit until you find a pressure point that gives you a sensation, gives you some feedback. If you worked on this point 2 weeks from now, you'd probably find it is less tender, because when you're menstruating, it tends to be more tender, especially when there's an imbalance in the uterus. So we're going to press and hook and hold, get in there deeply, but not so much that, you know, if it's making you tense up because this is painful, then you can ease off a little bit, but we're gonna press and hold and take our time. While you're pressing into that point, I want you to sense into your body and notice the level of pain you have in your, you know, lower abdominal area, your low back, or your thighs, wherever you feel your menstrual pain. While you're holding this point, I want you to notice if it has decreased or gone away. You'll probably feel pain in your foot, but for a lot of people, this will bring complete relief as long as you're holding the point to that area of the body. It creates like a numbing or like an anesthetic effect. And in fact, historically, when we look at the origins of reflexology, there were people that would, you know, use clamps on certain parts of the feet when they were doing surgery to give people that numb effect. So press and hold that for as long as you want. If you're not getting that relief that I'm talking about, or if you don't feel the tenderness here, just change the position of your finger until you find the point. You will know when you're on the point. So we're pressing and holding, and you can continue to do that for a long time. You can switch feet, do it on the other foot for a little while, come back to this foot. There's no rules about how you apply pressure. Just make sure you don't injure your foot. I'm going to show you another point for the uterus. So this one's called the relative to uterus point. To locate the uterus on the sole of the foot, we're going to go just around the line where the heel turns into the arch of the foot. You should have a little bit of a color change that happens there on your foot. We're going to go just slightly above that, about a finger's width above that line so that your finger's not on the line. And we're on the medial part of the foot, so you're kind of below the big toe. So we're not over here, we're in the center of your body. And you can press here. You may or may not get the same kind of tenderness or relief from this point. This is really my favorite point for period pain, but you can use lotion to like slide here and massage it firmly. You can do little clockwise circles if that's helpful, but this is another point to help restore balance and stimulate healing and improve the flow in your uterus area. I'm going to show you one more point specifically for symptom relief right now, and like I said, watch the second video and then I'm going to take you into healing, right? So the Western approach to healthcare is about finding symptoms and, you know, bypassing them or finding ways to cover them up. The holistic or natural approach to healing is about healing. So why does the uterus hurt in the first place? We ask that question. What is the root of this issue and how do we help the body to heal itself? So rather than intervene in a way that kind of like forces symptoms to, you know, go away, we want to help the body to return to balance so that it is healthy. All right, so the last point that I'm going to show you in this video is the solar plexus point. This point we can use for all conditions, all sessions. When I do reflexology on my clients, I give lots of extra attention to this specific point, and it is right here. So on your foot, you've got the ball of your foot and then the arch of the foot, and there's this kind of curved line. It's the diaphragm line in reflexology. So I want you to find that line that separates the ball from the arch, and where it kind of comes up, there's another little indentation there or a little nest. That's where you're going to press in. I like to use a hooked thumb for this point, and we're pressing in and up firmly. You can even kind of bend the top of your foot around, which will allow you to get in a little deeper. And again, you should feel this point both with your thumb and with your foot. You'll feel it's like a pin almost. You'll feel that tenderness there. It's not like an extreme discomfort, but you'll know like, oh, that's a point. And the common mistake for this one is people are often too low. So if you're not feeling that sensation in your foot, then move up a little bit, and you're going in and up. That's the pressure, in and up, to go in deeper. And like I said, if you want to take the toes and bend them forward around, that'll allow you to get in even deeper. The reason we're including the solar plexus point is because it's a relaxation point, and so tension contributes to our experience of pain, and when we can get relaxation in the body, relaxation in the uterus, then pain is going to decrease. So the more you work this point, the more your body is going to relax. Give lots of stimulation to this point. Part of the reason why you're experiencing pain in the uterus is because it's a muscle, it's contracting to try to slough off that endometrial lining. Again, I'm going to get into more of the reasons why you're experiencing pain in part 2. So today, I hope that you find relief with these techniques. Keep working them on yourself. Do it in the bath if you want to. Do it wherever you are. Take a reflexology break and work on at least this point. But if you want to include the other points that I've shown you, then you'll get even more relief. And if we can support you in healing in general so that you no longer have painful periods, then that's going to be our actual goal. So today, I wish for you relief from your current symptoms, and in the long term, my wish is for complete healing of your reproductive and endocrine system.